Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm here to share a story with you. What transpired, you may ask? What's a skinny, what's a 4-in-1? What am I going to prize you of? Without further ado, without further procrastination, without further delay, let's indulge in the nitty-gritty. Let's allow the storytelling to commence. Unfortunately, to my dismay, the story is quite tragic. Distraught has ensued, and the story is quite agonizing, to say the least. It induces distress, and of course, it's unbearable to hear, but of course you'll likely attain your stimuli through listening to the story, through the words I spew through my vocal folds. To my utter disappointment, to my dissatisfaction, I experienced dire calamity. This situation is just disgraceful, it's atrocious, it's appalling, it's egregious, and it's just outright unacceptable. Some unscrupulous person from the post office decided to rip open my package and subsequently steal all 4 of my Destiny action figures. I procured a McFarlane Destiny action figure lot via eBay. I won the figures for a grand total of $26.50. The thief had the gall to not only eviscerate me of the contents of my order, but he took everything with the exception of the accessories and stands for the Destiny action figures. So he completely, blatantly ripped everything open. He rendered a giant aperture in this envelope. I received it like this. I didn't open it myself, and the only thing remaining was the stands and the accessories. I'm surprised he didn't steal these as well. So he stole all 4 of the action figures, and I'm truly agitated, I'm irritated, and this is just truly debilitating, to say the least. You get home from a long day of work, you work your shell off, you do your utmost best to service customers and to provide unprecedented value to the multiverse, and then you come home to find out that you paid for an action figure lot that has been stolen from you. I recommend never ever utilizing USPS. I didn't expect this to transpire. Those employees are paid an exorbitant amount of money. They get at least $21 an hour plus fringe benefits, pensions. They get a copious amount of money, and they're wealthy, affluent, and they live these luxurious, posh lifestyles. And someone like me who works 3 private sector jobs, who gets minimum wage and below, doing contractual work, comes home to find out that his action figure lot is not in his package, and it's been stolen from me. And when it arrived devoid of action figures, so I never received them. It's quite a shame and quite a pity, but it is what it is. My mail has been tampered with. Someone from the post office unequivocally stole my action figures. I'm just going to show you the lot. I'm truly irritated by this. I hope that you never experience a similar situation. This simulation is undoubtedly dire, to say the least. It truly grinds my gears, and truly stresses me out. Thinking about it makes me sick. So here's a lot that I won via eBay. It's for Destiny action figures. Of course, I was supposed to receive them. I would have loved to have flaunted them on my shelves. I love these action figures. They have high quality sculpts, high quality hues, high quality decals, high quality aesthetics, high quality shadings, high quality textures, and they have mediocre accessories. So decent figures. They come equipped with their armaments. I believe they have little grenades. I don't know if I still have their little grenades. I think I do. I'm not sure if those are supposed to represent grenades or symbolize grenades. I have yet to play Destiny. I don't have the game, nor do I have the sequel. But you get my point. I just have their little bag of weapons right here. and I have their stands, but I don't have the figures. And of course, the figures entice me to buy the lot, but I would have never purchased these figures had I known that they would be stolen from me before I even received them. So it just doesn't make any sense why people are immoral, why people are unscrupulous, and why people are content with depriving others of their property. I mean, it's completely sadistic, it's malicious, and it's an encroachment on the non-aggression principle. Someone deprived me of my property, someone eviscerated me on my property. Fortunately, I have other Destiny figures, but I got a second set because I wanted to commence army building these Destiny figures. And from my understanding, just like the Halo Spartans, it's a good action figure line to army build if you can get them for a decent price. Now, fortunately, my credit card company revoked the charge, so the charge has been removed from my account. So that's always beneficial, to say the least. But it's truly just a matter of principle at the end of the day. Not only have I not been able to get what I want because someone stole the contents of my order before it even arrived, but it's just completely sadistic, and no one should be eviscerating someone of their property or stealing someone else's property. You know, I'd rather be extricated from the simulation, from starvation, rather than take someone else's food, even if they have an abundance of food. But that's just me, you know. My moral code supersedes everything else. All my decisions are predicated on my moral code. If something is an encroachment on the non-aggression principle, then I will never do it. However, if something is moral and justified and vindicated, then I think it's a worthwhile decision. But the non-aggression principle outlaws, bans, restricts all forms of aggression, and depriving someone of their property is encroachment against the non-aggression principle, and no one should ever violate the non-aggression principle in any circumstance. You know, coercion, extortion, violence, dominance, thuggery, theft. These aforementioned actions should never ever be exercised under any circumstance. You know, we should all be able to live harmoniously together, and there's no need for aggression whatsoever. You know, Jesus was non-aggressive, and he was a peaceful being, and I think he should be the example to follow. You know, you need to be peaceful, you need to provide unprecedented value to others, you need to bequeath knowledge to others, and you shouldn't ever deprive others of their property. You know, if someone wanted action figures from me and they asked, you know, that'd be a different scenario. You know, then it's a voluntary transaction, but involuntary transactions should never be exercised. So I'm really just fed up and agitated, but I guess it's cool that I have their accessories, but it's terrible that I don't know the law. So it's just dreadful and despicable and disgraceful that someone had the gall and the immorality to eviscerate me of my Destiny action figure lot before it even arrived. So someone at the post office who's unequivocally overpaid, is amoral, has no moral code, and is content with eviscerating someone of their hard-earned property. You know, I work my shell off to earn everything I have, and it's just completely unfair, and his actions were unvindicated and unwarranted, but it is what it is. I have no recourse, there's nothing I could do. Fortunately, the credit card company revoked the charge, but this law was arduous to stumble upon. Finding another law like this will be a nightmare, and it just is unfortunate, and it's quite a calamitous predicament beyond words. That cannot be explained. You know, it's just tragic, dire, unfortunate, and this is a grim, bleak situation that just induces an unprecedented level of agony. You know, my stress level is at an all-time high. You know, I want my stress to be alleviated, but this just exacerbates the situation. I don't know how to ameliorate the situation. I just have to move on and forgive and forget. Jesus, forgive and forgiveness. I don't hold grudges against anyone. I just hope that the sadistic individual who deprived me of my property and who eviscerated me of my property and who stole the items that I worked so hard for, I just hope that he never exudes this unscrupulous, sadistic behavior ever again. And I hope that he can provide abundance to other people and not deprive others of his property. I at least hope he can become neutral if he's not going to be a boon to the multiverse, if he's going to be acting on his malintent, and if he's going to be eviscerating more people of their property, then I hope that he can turn over a new leaf and desist and refrain and abstain from that behavior and at least be neutral. It just it's not justified, it's not mitigated, it's not okay, and he shouldn't do it. It's just completely unfair, but it is what it is. So I just hope that he can learn his lesson and understand that this type of behavior, these type of actions should never be exuded. He should be able to help others, benefit others, be a benefactor, and not be a thief. He should not be parasitical. He should not deprive others of their properties, just completely sadistic, but it is what it is, and from these people you learn how not to be. So it is what it is. I need to stop doing it, and I need to stop harping on it. The action figures are gone forever. There's nothing I could do. At least I got my money refunded by filing a claim with the credit card company, because I don't want to have to ever pay for something I never received. So just sucks. This is what I received. I received an envelope that was devoid of any action figures, and that came open like this. It's just tragic and unfortunate, and it's quite a calamity of unprecedented proportions. So the whole situation just makes me sick to be forthcoming with you. So I'm done harping on this. I'm long on negativity. I need to move on. I hope the best for everyone in the multiverse, and I hope that sadistic individuals could turn over a new leaf, conform to the non-aggression principle, be peaceful, harmonious, and provide abundance to people, or at least be neutral and not deprive other people of their assets. We need more people to be an asset to the multiverse. We need more people to be peaceful, loving, empathetic, caring, and to be helpful to others and resourceful, and not be parasitical, and not be liabilities, and not deprive others of their property. If you want to ask for something that's different, if it's a voluntary transaction, it's different, but taking someone's property against their own volition, taking someone's property without the other person's consent, is just completely sadistic. Everything should be, all decisions should be predicated on adherence to the non-aggression principle, and that's that. I hope that you found this video to be intriguing and insightful. I hope that something like this never, ever, 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 ever transpires in your life. I hope that you can relish in the accoutrements of the high life and never have to experience something as dire and grim and as despicable as what happened to me. So it's just unfortunate. It just sucks, but it is what it is. These 4 action figures are gone forever, but I guess you could say as a momentum, I think that's what it's called. I'm uncertain. I at least have their own accessories, so these accessories will always remind me of the figures that I don't have. At least I got the accessories for free since the charge was disputed, and I explained the situation, and they're able to revoke the charge even though the accessories are sent. And I'm surprised these didn't get stolen as well, but it is what it is. So I hope that you found this video to be enthralling and insightful and captivating. Have a wonderful, blissful, marvelous, glorious day. Goodbye. Bear with me.